YouTube. I'm just going to do a quick rant today, just a small one, about insomnia and how marijuana, this beautiful plant, can help this. Number one, what you should know first off is there are two main chemicals in the makeup of a marijuana plant, and that's indica and sativa. Sativa is one that more stimulates your brain, and it actually gets more neurons firing in your brain than your brain normally would when it's in a creative state. So basically that's for like if you want to do art, or if you need to focus on a project, or just if you need your brain to be like up and awake and working. But indica is the stuff that makes it's a muscle relaxant, so it makes you sleepy or tired, or you just feel relaxed, and that's basically indica. Basically, indica is for people who have insomnia. And I'm just gonna have a little cone with you, but the stuff that I've gotten here is a mix of all three different stuff. So I've got like in here some that I believe has some more sativa than indica. So I've only put a little bit of that in the mix. And then I've got my little kitchen spice jar, and you can't really tell in the video, but there are two different types of weed in there. And I did a mix of all three. So it's what I'm smoking right now. It's a mix of three different weed from three different people. But I'm sorry, I can't tell you the exact amount of sativa or indica that's in each strain, and sadly I can't tell you the names of the strains, because that just sadly is what comes with buying it not from a professional grower or from a pharmacy. So obviously that is a major setback. So sometimes I will get really angry if somebody has sold me something that's got heaps of sativa in it, and the only way I can tell is when I get home and I try it and I go, oh fuck, this isn't going to help me sleep. And I suffer from insomnia. There are two main types of insomnia, and there's the one where you have trouble falling asleep to begin with, and the second one is you wake up frequently during the night and it actually interrupts your REM sleep. And I've got one from each of my parents. My parents each have one, and sadly I inherited both. Only the second one, where I wake up frequently, that only came into my life later on, like in the last few years. But ever since I was about 5, 6, even 7, like even that young, I had such trouble sleeping. My mom she tried all the holistic approaches, but sadly none of it worked, and I could only get prescriptions when I was older, and which really sucked, and that's why I turned to medicinal marijuana when I was about 12. It's a very young age to start smoking, I do know this, and I do know that it has done damage over the years, and but I wouldn't trade it for anything, because honestly I would not be here today to talk to you guys if it weren't for marijuana. I went through a really hard patch in high school, and so without it I wouldn't be here, but let's toke up. Owe my life to this. Again, I'm sorry, I have to blow it out the window. I can't blow it directly at you. I'm still working on that, and I'm still working on getting actual video software, so I can actually have longer videos rather than just like the 4-minute videos or 5-minute videos, but sadly that's all that I can do at the moment. But yeah, that was my very small rant about insomnia. But marijuana can help insomniacs. It doesn't just help people who are in hospital. It helps people with minor illnesses on a daily basis, people with PTSD, people with anorexia, people with anxiety, people with depression, people with suicidal tendencies. Been there, done that. I know so much about it, and my eyes have just been opened throughout the years, and I just really want to open up some other people's eyes, because I know there are some really stubborn people out there who still believe that marijuana is ridiculously bad for you, and I'd like to open their mind to something better and just make sure they're not so susceptible to all of the lies that the government has just put on top of each other. And I just want to get it all out in the open, all clear, that medicinal marijuana is actually really good for you if used, obviously, in the right way, and if used moderately. And of course, like any other drug that is legal, like coffee or alcohol or tobacco or aspirin, it has to be within a certain range. You can't just stick to that and do it 24/7 non-stop. Like, there has to be some moderation, obviously, and that's why I would like medicinal legalization for marijuana, because that way it could be monitored and it could be given out in certain amounts to people who do need only certain amounts. Like if there were dispensaries, with scripts, you'd obviously need a script from a doctor to get something. It would all be overseen by the doctors, it would all be overseen by the government, money would be made, tax wouldn't be as high for having to pay for all of the stuff that the police have to do to catch people who grow it and sell it illegally. It would just be a major help to the whole of society, basically. And that's at the end of my little rant, because I really don't want to run out of space. But I love you all guys to death. You guys have commented, liked, subscribed. You have actually put into this and actually given me the time to actually look at some of my videos, and for that I just thank you so much, because it means so much to me, and you guys are amazing, and please keep it up, because you're the reason why I'm doing this. You're the reason why I want to get a big movement of people behind what I'm doing, and then I can come out and hopefully help and become an advocate, a weed advocate for Australia, where we can get it medicinally legalised for the people who need it, and the people who need it now. So this is like something that has been worked on for years by many other people, and I want to jump right into that pool. I want to get right into this, and I really want you guys to be behind it too. So please get behind this movement, and I love you guys to death. You guys are amazing.